From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Paul Egan reporting for the Detroit Free Press. A Michigan prisoner has spent 35 years in solitary confinement. Now, James Lamont Miller wants a federal judge to order his release from segregation so he can house with other prisoners. The state is fighting the lawsuit, saying Miller is too dangerous to be allowed to go to the chow hall or exercise yard. Miller was convicted in the 1987 prison stabbing death of corrections officer Jack Budd. He's also acted violently toward prison staff both before and after he murdered Budd. Experts say spending just a few weeks in solitary, let alone many years, is a form of torture. Lois DeMott, executive director of Citizens for Prison Reform, said the case is horrific. She said it shows the need to find a better way of managing prisoners who are mentally ill.
I'm Adrienne Roberts reporting for the Detroit Free Press. It's no secret that it's a tight labor market right now, and companies are doing everything they can to attract employees. That includes dropping an often long-standing and common requirement of testing new hires for marijuana. Now, this movement gained some attention when one of the largest private employers in the U.S., Amazon, said in June that it would no longer test most job applicants for marijuana. The company said instead it will treat cannabis the same as alcohol use and will continue to do impairment checks on the job. In Michigan, the movement to relax drug testing policies goes back to 2008 when medical marijuana was legalized in Michigan. And then it gained more momentum in 2018 when recreational marijuana was legalized. But in recent months, companies have really struggled to find workers. And we know that automotive suppliers are struggling to fill shifts. What we don't know is which companies are doing it necessarily, because few companies are willing to publicize their drug testing policies, and there's really little data tracking this.
I'm Dante Bedingfield for the Detroit Free Press. I spoke with Muppet designer Bonnie Erickson this summer at Imagination Unlimited, the Jim Henson exhibition on display at the Henry Ford. I started in 1970, she said, of her first time working with the visionary Henson. It was just after the first build for Sesame Street ended. They'd already done that, and he was working on other projects. I had been working in theater in New York as a costumer, and he said, "We'd like to hire you." Erickson would work with Henson until his untimely death in 1990 at age 53, first as a costumer and then as a designer of his signature Muppets and more. She continues to work in his honor. During the first week of June, she spent several days at the Henry Ford to help set up the Henson show. As the exhibition travels around the country, she goes with it and spends the days prior to its opening adjusting the beloved Muppets into lifelike poses. No matter what your age, if you lived in the U.S. between the 1970s and the turn of the millennium, Bonnie Erickson and her work have been a part of your life.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. The Detroit Tigers, buyers this coming winter? If the words of Tigers CEO Chris Ilitch mean anything, the Detroit Tigers will be a player this winter when it comes to free agents. At the groundbreaking ceremony for the restoration of the historic Hamtramck Stadium, the Tigers CEO was not shy when discussing the potential of participating in hot stove activities this offseason. Undoubtedly, that could happen this winter, Ilitch said. Al, meaning Tigers GM Al Avila, has been the architect of our vision. He and his staff have done all the hard work. Our fans have been incredibly patient throughout this process. Al's vision is very much aligned with my vision and our fans' vision.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.